welcome back to the YouTube channel of JJ Prime Reviews, the channel where bots get rated and fans get hyped. Well, what are we reviewing today? Well, we are going to review the Transformers Age of the Primes Deluxe class Cybertron Sideways, and a very awesome figure in my personal opinion. I absolutely love this thing. But is he truly worth having in the collection? Well, let's check him out, shall we? Let's go! Now, of course, before we take a look at the figure itself, we need to take a quick look at the packaging. So we have a nice image of Sideways in robot mode and in his vehicle mode. Very nice. Transformers Age of the Primes, his name is Sideways. Really, it should be a half Decepticon, half Autobot logo. On the side of the box, we have a nice, beautiful image of Sideways himself. And on the other side of the box, we got some of the 13 primes. We got Leech, Maximo. Can't wait to see what the figure looks like. We got Megatronus, I already have him. And we got Star Convoy, or Star Optimus Prime, you know, still using that God Bomber or God Genrai chest sculpt, which is weird. Yeah. Till all are one. Yes. He's a deluxe class, of course. And you have the obligatory product shots on the back of the box. We got this gimmick here. We got the robot mode, the alt mode, Transformers Cybertron. He's from that series, and 21 steps of transformation. And that is basically it for the packaging. And here we have Sideways, fully transformed into a Cybertronian jet mode here, and that looks really cool. I love the design of this alt mode. I think he looks great. He looks great in his alt mode. It looks very screen accurate to how he looked in the show. Very nice. I like the paintwork on the cockpit section here. Nice little paint, a little bit of orange there for the windows here, and a little bit of gold here on the sides. A little bit of green jewel going on here. And this is where his main weapon stores. And yeah, got nice silver paint on the wings as well. So those silver paint there. He has the Decepticon symbol, but there's something you can do with this weapon here, and I'll show it off in a little bit. Got the more silver paint on these spikes here. A little silver paint and the green arrow. Silver, a little bit of gold there. And yeah, all in all, a nice paintwork on this figure. Really cool. I dig it. I really dig it. He looks good. And on the bottom, there's not much robot mode junk hanging off, you know. Everything incorporates well into the alt mode right here, which is really nice. And you have his Cyber Planet key right here. You can actually remove it. And we have this going on here. So I'm glad that he includes his Cyber Planet key. And you can't activate a gimmick on this figure because this is a modern figure. It's not the original toy. I mean, it kind of looks like the original toy, but I swear it's not the original toy. It's a modern figure. So modern figures do not come with spring-loaded gimmicks that much anymore. Well, except for 86 Ultra Magnus, who had a spring-loaded chest. But hey, it is what it is. But yeah, the Cyber Planet key here does not activate anything. But it's more of a cosmetic thing here, but it looks nice. It looks nice in my personal opinion. It's casted in the black plastic, but painted over with the silver and the very orange paint, and got the Decepticon symbol molded in there, which is quite nice. Yeah, his Planet X Cyber Planet key, which is cool. And then you can store it right here into the slot, and just plug that in, and there we go. There you have storage for the Cyber Planet key, and yeah. We'll talk more about this this main weapon here in a little bit when we get into robot mode. But all in all, it's a nice looking alt mode in my personal opinion. Really well done, really well done. So time to bring in some size comparisons. And here we go. There we have Sideways compared with the other modernized Cybertron figures I've gotten so far. So we got Legacy Voyager Class Vector Prime, we got Legacy Voyager Class Cybertron Starscream, Legacy Override, Legacy Hotshot, and they look really good together. They look really cool together. I kind of wish I got Cybertron Metroplex, but oh well, I never got him. It is what it is. But all in all, these figures look really good together. You know, out of these figures, the only one that didn't come with the Cyber Planet key is Override. Yeah. Poor Override, she didn't come with her Cyber Planet key, but at least Hotshot has a Speed Planet key, but it doesn't fit with override here doesn't work, but oh well, it is what it is. But it's nice to see that Cybertron is getting some more love in the main line, and I love that so much. I hope we get more. I really hope we get more Cybertron updates, because they desperately need updates, especially Cybertron Optimus Prime. He needs an updated figure. A more screen accurate figure, please. Please, Hasbro. Please, get on that. Anyway. And there you go. That's pretty much it for the alt mode comparisons. So yeah, I think we're pretty much done with the alt mode itself. It looks very cool, very nice. I digs it. So let us get down to the transformation for Sideways. Yes, let's transform him into his robot mode right now. So you gotta do some parts forming with this guy. Well, the original toy never did the parts forming. Unfortunately, this one needs to do the parts forming in order to transform to robot mode. So basically what you have to do is you have to unplug these wings right here, remove them, because these are more accessories that you can use in robot mode. And of course you have to remove this section right here. And we'll put this off to the side, and we will talk about them after we transform this guy into his robot mode. So now let us transform what's left of Sideways into his robot mode. So basically what you have to do, you have to untap the foot from the front here, and you have to untap it from this back section here. Just untap that, and there we go. Untap the foot, untap this, and there we go. So now I can take this entire assembly and just bring this down, just like so. You have to bring this black piece down as well, because you need your clearance to rotate the arms out. So we'll do that right now. Just split the arms, rotate the arms out like so, rotate the arms out like so, and now we can take this black piece and flip this back up, just like so. There we go. There we go. We got that done. And now we take these pieces right here, just flip them down, just like so, and there we go. Just rotate the arms around, rotate at the bicep so that everything's oriented properly, and then rotate the wrist, and boom, there we have an arm all done. Do the same thing on your side. Just rotate this arm around, rotate at the bicep, rotate the wrist, and boom, done, finished. Yay! So both arms are done. So now we take the legs here, just rotate them to the forefront, and just bring up the knee like so. Rotate at the thigh, bring up the knee like so, and then flip up the foot, and there we go. The heel spur will flip out itself like that, and just flip out the foot, flip out the heel, and there we go. We got his legs all done and ready. Very easy. Alright, just bring his arms down. And then last thing to do is to open up this cockpit section here, and it will reveal the head. Just bring all this up on the double hinge and rotate his head 180. Close that up, and booyah! There we have Sideways fully transformed into his robot mode. I need to raise up the camera so we can see his full robot mode there. And there we go, there he is. So yeah, there you have Sideways in his robot mode. And he looks pretty dang cool, in my personal opinion. He looks so freaking good in his robot mode. This looks exactly how, this is basically 100% screen accurate to how he looked in the show. I really love it. I really dig it. Let's just compare the toy to the animation model here, and yeah, perfectly spot on. I mean, he literally looks like he came right out of the cartoon, and that's awesome. That's amazing. So, but yeah, all in all, it's a very well done figure in my personal opinion. Now, a little bit of story time here. Now, this figure is actually part of a Walmart exclusive line for Age of the Primes, a Walmart capsule line, if you will. There was supposed to be a subline full of Cybertron figures, but unfortunately, Walmart kind of canceled that. So yeah, so all we have is Sideways, and of course Exelion, who is his wave mate, and then it got cancelled after that. Because we were supposed to get an update for Cybertron Skywarp, but we never got him because he got cancelled. So. And we were supposed to get Cybertron Scourge too. Again, cancelled. Which sucks. That sucks, but anyway. But coming to Sideways here, Sideways is beautiful. He is a really well done figure in my personal opinion. It's well done. Very cool, very awesome, and I love it. So, let's talk about the articulation on this in this mode. In this mode. So, the head is, I believe, is on the ball joint, I think, and a little bit wiggly waggly there. He can't really look up, he can't really look down. The shoulders, they can pretty much do a full 360, you can move in and out, bicep swivel, elbow joint, you can rotate his elbow backward, break his elbows if you really want to. You do have a wrist swivel right there. He does have technically a backwards ab crunch, you know. Hey, it's a thing that can move if you want it to move. He technically has an ab crunch as well. Basically, you have to hold this piece and just bring this up. So he technically has an ab crunch, I guess. I don't know, but I don't know whether that counts. I'm not sure. Hey, you do have a waist rotation. Legs can move up very far. They can move back that far. Wait, no, I think they can move back a little bit further if you move that piece out of the way. So yeah, you can move this out of the way and accommodate some backward leg movements there. You do have a can he do the full splits? Yes, he can do the full splits. He does have a thigh rotation. He does have a very deep knee bend due to transformation. The feet, they can move down. They can't really move up, but you do have a lot of ankle tiltage right there. I like that. I like how a figure has a lot of ankle tiltage. It really helps his articulation be more, you know, be more interesting. Yes. So that's pretty cool. Yeah. That's pretty basically it for the articulation on this figure. So let's talk about how he can wield his accessories. So yeah, so we got the accessories here. We got this weapon right here. So let me put him to the back here for now, because we have to talk about this one. So now, as you can see here, he has a Decepticon symbol. But if you move this this lever up, you push this up, and what does that reveal? Oh, he has an Autobot symbol right now. Oh my gosh! So basically, without the key, he's basically an Autobot. But if you put in the key, usually you would change the faction symbol into a Decepticon, and then you have to bring these pieces down. You would think, oh, it's a crossbow. No, hold on. It's there's the second set of blades hidden in here. So yeah, he has two sets of blades here as always. You know, he had them in the show, so yeah, it's accurate. But yeah, there we have his weapon right here, and of course you need to flip out this peg, and then you want to plug it into his forearm here. So there's a port there, plugs to the side of his forearm, and boom, there we go. He is wielding his shield there, and that is awesome. That's fantastic. So for these blades here, basically you can do two things. You can basically store them on the sides of his legs. There are ports right here, so you can just plug them right here as they were on the show. So that's pretty cool that you can do that. Or if you don't want to do that, you can actually have him hold it as a double-bladed weapon. So basically you just take his other hand here and just take this and just peg that in, and then you peg this on the other side of his hand, and booyah, he's holding this as a double-bladed weapon, and that is awesome. I love it. I absolutely love it. Whoa, he's about to fall on me. But anyway, but yeah, he's holding it as a double-bladed weapon, and that is really cool. I absolutely love that. Very well done. And yeah, I digs it. I digs it very much. I'm glad that they kept the faction switch gimmick on this figure, because if they didn't keep that, he's not Sideways. Because Sideways isn't without his faction switch gimmick. He'll never be without the faction switch gimmick. You know, he switched factions in Armada. He switched factions in Cybertron. He never did that in Revenge of the Fallen, unfortunately. But if he was still alive and they actually written his character really well in Revenge of the Fallen, Sideways would have been able to fool both sides. So, well, it is what it is. You know, the movie Sideways is basically a full-on Decepticon. He never switched sides to the Autobots for a moment. But yeah. Basically, the only Sideways that keeps the faction switch gimmick is Armada Sideways and Cybertron Sideways. And speaking of Armada Sideways, we are getting that next year, and I'm very excited about that one. So yeah, very nice, very cool. So yeah, all in all, it's a very well done figure in my personal opinion. I'm pretty pleased. So let us bring in some size comparisons. And there we go. There we have Sideways compared with the other updated Cybertron figures. So we got Override, Hotshot, Starscream, and Vector Prime. And again, they look really good together. They look very, very nice together. It's nice to have updated Cybertron figures in the modern times. Man, I really hope we get more. Man, like Overhaul, Jetfire, Leo Breaker, Wing Saber, you know, all that stuff. I really hope we get more, man. Like, or Quick Mix, you know, Metasaur, Megatron, you know, hey, Thundercracker, hey, you know, so many possibilities, you know, so many future Cybertron figures I can think of, you know, yeah, like Dirt Boss or Lucknuts, you know. But for what we have right now, I think it's pretty good, and it's nice to see Cybertron getting some love in the main line. So that is pretty much it for the robot mode comparisons right here. Okay, so here are my final thoughts on the Transformers Age of the Primes Deluxe Class Cybertron Sideways, and a very, very cool figure in my personal opinion. I've been wanting an updated Cybertron Sideways for a very long time, and I am so happy to finally have this design of Sideways in my collection, because I never got the original toy for Cybertron Sideways, never could. I was too little. And right now in 2025, I'm so happy to finally own a Cybertron Sideways, and it is a worthy figure. It's a worthy figure in my personal opinion. It's a necessary update to the character, and because if fans out there really want to find a Cybertron Sideways, this is the only way to go. And the figure is really well done, I will say. Robot mode looks really good. Whoops. The alt mode looks very good too. He's got great articulation, great range of movement, great accessories. You know, there's all the accessories that he ever needs. You know, I'm glad that he comes with the Cyberplanet key as well. Very nice. The transformation is nice and smooth. It's easy to do. Yes, it does require some parts warming, but it is what it is. It's okay. It's all right. But yeah, I basically have no issues with this guy, and the paint is really well done as well. So I got no issues with the paint on this figure. He's got a good amount of paint work on him, and yeah. Love the faction switch gimmick. I love that. The fact that you can actually make him an Autobot or Decepticon. Hey, you choose. But other than that, you know, it's a really well done figure. And in my personal opinion anyway, this guy is basically the most perfect rendition of Cybertron Sideways in my personal opinion. And if I were to rank this guy from a scale of 1 to 10, I think he deserves a perfect score of a 10 out of 10. He is so good, so very well done, a super fun figure to mess with, and yeah, a definite high recommendation from me. So yeah, all right, so yeah, If you're looking to build a Cybertron collection, get this guy, because he's cool. He's awesome. So, alright, I think that is pretty much it for today's video review. So ladies and gentlemen, if you have enjoyed this review, be sure to click that like button down below. Give it a thumbs up. Yay! And of course, if you want to see more reviews on this channel, be sure to click that subscribe button down below. And while you're at it, click that notification bell icon down below as well, so that you will never miss any of my future videos. And of course, you can always check out my Age of the Primes playlist for any videos you may have missed. So I will post the link to that playlist in the description down below. And I think that's pretty much it for me to say. So there you have the Transformers Age of the Primes Deluxe Class Cybertron Sideways. And this is JJ Prime signing off. Peace out till all of one, and I'll see you guys next time. Sideways!
Leader, the viewers must subscribe to support the cause.
Optimus, they know that, but sometimes you've gotta ask with style. Hey you, yeah, you watching, smash that subscribe button, or Prime is giving a speech. Again.
I heard that.
Good, now hit the button, before he starts cutting the covenant of Primus.